Hello and welcome back to 20XX. We're getting right into it. We're going Chewits Mafia versus YOM Fries here. No time to waste. We're just right into it.
Speedrunning transitions here. 80% world record.
Already we see a bow coming out along with a ink brush, which is something you don't see very often. I'm very excited to see it from the side of Chewits.
Yeah, this is... Sorry, hold on. Just to give a little bit more context, this is Chewits versus YOM Fries here. Round 4 of 20XX, in case you forgot what tournament this is. But more importantly, both of these teams are currently 3-0. And if they get the win on the other, they'll be up 4-0 in a phenomenal spot to make day 2. So this is an incredibly important set for both of them. And right now, Chewits Mafia is taking advantage of that. They have such an interesting concrete with Spore on that ink brush. Has that whale at the ready. Tri-Stringer, as we've mentioned. But yeah, we're just... getting right into it. Chewits Mafia is already at that first checkpoint. YOM Fries is forced to retreat on the splatter shot, and it's just so far away from the action. So hard for them to really affect the objective here, but notably, Chewits Mafia has that checkpoint reset on them. They have to get it all over again. They're trying to just stall on the tower for as long as possible, and it looks like they're going to break that checkpoint.
Chris there just dancing as fast as they can there. Chewits is still looking really strong, especially with that crab going up. It's going to be really hard for them to get back in on the side of YOM Fries, but they, it's starting to go back in on their favor. But all 4 players are up on both sides, and Chewits Mafia is still there.
Chewits Mafia is just doing an incredible job on this offense, but right now they're 2 dead. YOM Fries has that chance to get just back into mid. This leader's pushing up. That's generally the sign that a team is trying to push forward. That brush is dead. The machine is dead on the side of Chewits Mafia. Most of the offense is gone. It's just that splash left alive, and YOM Fries is really trying to make a charge for that first checkpoint.
Yeah, this E-Leader player is going to be holding this checkpoint as much as they can. Unfortunately, it is everyone down except for April on the splash and that leader, and the leader does go down. So it's looking pretty bad for them in terms of the longevity of that push, especially as Chewits Mafia wastes no time in getting up as far as they can. The brush, they have 2 killer whales up, and both of those are going to be targeting that crab that comes out instantly. And this checkpoint is looking... it's contested, and now Chewits Mafia is 2 down, so it looks like their push is going to start to fizzle out here. Very back and forth game so far.
Yeah, neither team is able to get a substantial push going. Chewits Mafia just barely got through that first checkpoint. YOM Fries not even managing to get that far. This has been a very stally match for the first half, but we're entering the second half of the game. YOM Fries has a lot of control on the board. They do have that leader on the tower, but that hero shot is going to go down. Ooh. That leader's going to go down as well by, I don't even know who, by the brush. Beautiful bomb from Spore, not even being able to be detected, and as soon as YOM Fries tries to get some momentum, Chewits Mafia is able to stuff it out, and that's just been the story of this match so far.
Yeah, but Chewits does not have a very sizable lead. They did get that checkpoint broken, which is huge, but it could be anyone's game here. All they need is one big advantage. We're going to see the brush out here going on the flank, trying to catch the members of YOM Fries off guard. Not fishing out too many picks so far, but just being an absolute thorn in their side. Making sure the leader is distracted, but not quite getting the picks that they wanted.
Yeah, you know that Spore wanted to get that pick on that leader, but it just did not quite happen. This leader's just trying to be annoying to this bow as possible. If YOM Fries can get that bow down, that would be a huge pick for them. They get the splash down, though. That's also huge, getting that crab off the table. They're at that first checkpoint. The bow is down, too. YOM Fries has the advantage here. It's 3 versus 2, my bad. They're coming from spawn. The tower's being whaled, though. Double whales are coming on the tower. The leader's trying to survive for all they can, trying to break this checkpoint. They get it. Can they get the lead? They can get the lead. YOM Fries finally breaking through that first checkpoint, finally getting a lead going, finally getting a push going after almost 4 minutes.
Oh, beautiful pick from that Trizuka. Beautiful double from that Trizuka, proving that this special is, if you can't use it well, you don't get much benefit out of it, but if you can get beautiful picks like that, you're in a massive advantage there. They are going to start to push further and further up. The crab is on the tower, and this brush, even though it's going for the flank, is going to be watched very closely. Not going to catch too many people off guard there as the shot just keeps moving further and further up. But that does look it's going to be 3 down, and that is going to be pushed over. And we're going to see if in the last 45 seconds, Chewits Mafia can make the comeback that they so desperately want.
Yeah, the shot moved a bit too far up on that push, could not be useful on that defense, and right now, Chewits Mafia has to make a push happen now. They have that tower special charge, they have 3 specials at the ready. 1 whale is burned, they have another whale to go. They don't have their crab yet, but they do have the Booyah Bomb to help hold the objective as much as possible. The other whale is being popped, and Chewits Mafia is approaching that first checkpoint they broke, but the Zooga gets the pick on the machine. That's a huge pick, that's the only special that Chewits had left. The crab is about to run out too, and there's only 10 seconds left in this match, and YOM Fries is doing a phenomenal phenomenal job holding this first checkpoint area. That's 3 dead.
Yeah, that's going to be everyone who's around the tower down. It's only the Brush who's going to be just diving in. That's going to be a wipeout, which ensures that YOM Fries gets this first game.
Beautiful first game for YOM Fries. They were just stuck in... that was the most neutral tower control Hagglefish I've ever seen, and YOM Fries is able to break through once, and that was all that they needed to get that win, and just a beautiful job on defense time and again gets YOM Fries game 1.
Yeah, it did look like Chewits Mafia had the upper hand for quite a bit, but like you said, they did a fantastic job on offense, finding that one opportunity they had and taking it to the max, and then reeling it back on defense and playing patiently and ensuring that they have good advantages before they go in. But unfortunately, we did not have to get, we were not able to get some background on this match before we jumped right into it, so I just wanted to give some background. Chewits Mafia, a very iconic team from the UK, hasn't been too active lately, but, you know, are coming back for the threat of getting into that top bracket, the threat of getting clout and, you know, getting a bit of that prize pool money. And we also see YOM Fries, who is a pickup of nice high-level players, so it's definitely not over, especially after that first game. We have the ever-present dilemma of a team that is established, a bit more established, versus a, you know, basically brand new pickup. So it's always fun to see how that interaction goes, but we'll see how it continues.
Yeah, and we've referred to that prize pool a little bit, and that prize pool just keeps growing. Thank you guys so much for your donations. During our break, we had a $100 donation come out from an anonymous donator, as well as a $20 donation. That prize pool is getting nice and high, so just want to say thank you guys so much in Twitch chat for just supporting this high-level Splatoon gameplay, because it's just been insane right now. We're only in the 4th round of Swiss, and tomorrow is just going to be the full bracket double elimination beatdown, and it's going to be ridiculous, and the support of the community is insane, and is why we're able to put on amazing tournaments like this and just deliver this amazing action to you guys.
Yeah, but we are still in the middle of a round, and we're going to go on to Rainmaker Sturgeon, you know, and we're going to see what these teams can pull out here. We're seeing the same comp from Chewits Mafia, and a slightly different comp from on the side of YOM Fries.
Yeah, Panda's going to be on that splatter scope instead of that leader, opting for that ink vacuum as we go on to Rainmaker Sturgeon. This first pop pretty important, and it looks like it's going to go to YOM Fries. Chewits Mafia goes 2 down immediately. It's just that Brush and that bow, and they're going to really struggle to get in. Brush is in Fight Club trying to get a pick. They get picked off instead, and now YOM Fries has a phenomenal chance for a push.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be going for this left route, which is so protected in terms of is getting that checkpoint, but they do go down. I believe it's something like a fizzy from that machine, really putting the pressure on there, and that is going to be 2 down on the side of YOM Fries, who are just going to have to try to maintain their control as mid as much as they can here, as they do go into a bit of a disadvantageous state. Yeah,
that jump camp is so good from Chewits Mafia, just beautiful presence of mind, and YOM Fries has a very fragile lead. It's only at 82, but as we saw in that last game, both of these teams are very good on defense, so a good push could be hard to see, but right now, Chewits Mafia 2 down once again. This machine is very far back. It's just the machine and the bow that's coming from spawn. YOM Fries has a phenomenal chance to push. There goes that machine. It's just that bow trying to get some defense going, and now they have that Rainmaker again. Looks like they're going for that right side checkpoint.
Yeah, Chewits Mafia just has been just kind of a revolving door of players, you know, going down, coming back in, and then going down again, just never really fully up and coordinated. You know, right now we see that bow go down. Even though they have a few specials up, they are going to kind of struggle to get YOM Fries out of here with the 2 splashes, both with crabs that are still facing them. At once again, the Brush goes down. They're just struggling to get out. This crab is still there. It's just... YOM Fries is doing a fantastic job of holding their court really well.
But YOM Fries still gets the checkpoint. The Leroy Jenkins through the toxic mist. Beautiful play, and getting that first checkpoint down is crucial, but unfortunately YOM Fries goes 3 down, but now they know in any future pushes they might have in the next 3 minutes, they don't have that checkpoint to deal with, and now Chewits Mafia has to get some points on the board. Finally getting some points on the board. They have to choose which route they're going to go. It looks like they're opting to go on that right side. 4 on that Brush is trying to push ahead, but the Rainmaker gets picked off behind them, right in front of that checkpoint, and Chewits Mafia does not have this number advantage. Spore mashing for all they can, but it's just them alive, and Chewits Mafia forced to retreat as YOM Fries takes control of their court once again.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. They were so close to getting that checkpoint, and that is a good morale boost as they, they saw how close they were. And Spore is going to be out here tearing it up, getting some picks, and making sure that YOM Fries is 3 down, which opens up yet another opportunity for Chewits Mafia to make a push, especially with that Booyah Bomb here. It's very likely that they are going to get the checkpoint coming out.
But Chewits Mafia needs to stay focused. They do get that checkpoint, but the Rainmaker carry dies, and that's going to be them 2 down. 3 down. It's just that Splash-O-Matic forced to retreat. Chewits Mafia, once again, not quite able to get this lead from YOM Fries. The checkpoint broken from YOM Fries early was just a bit too much. Chewits Mafia forced out, and they only have 2 minutes left to get past that checkpoint.
Yeah, but all they have to do is touch the very inch past that checkpoint, and they do take lead back with only, 2 minutes left, so it is anyone's game here. That is, you never are feeling comfortable with a lead that is only the checkpoint, and especially when it's just one singular point. It's anyone's game here. We just Chewits Mafia just has to take it back one more time, and that is their lead here. But it looks like YOM Fries is going to be on the upper hand here as they start to push forward and forward. The crab does get picked, meaning that it is going to be looking a little bit less good here for them. But the brush goes down as well, and they're starting to push up further into the plat, just kind of conserving their mid-control for a good opportunity to push, making it count, and staying patient.
Yeah, both of these teams have incredible patience, and that's why their defense is so strong, but YOM Fries overextends just a little bit. Both their splashes are down. The brush is in their court. This is exactly what Chewits Mafia is waiting for. They're starting to get some picks. The Rainmaker has to move fast. They get the lead just barely, but now they're trying to keep going for a stronger push. They get it to 42, which is not a lot of points. They can get this pop, they can convert it down to the 20s, and they do exactly that, getting it down to 21. Beautiful Rainmaker carry from, I believe, Spore there on the ink brush, and all of a sudden, YOM Fries has to get it to 20 or lower in just 45 seconds.
And they're still there. Chewits Mafia is not going to give mid-control up easily, especially when they have 3 members up and likely just going to be positioning as strongly as they can in mid. We see the brush go for a pick there. Unfortunately, it does go down, leaving a bit of a hole in Chewits Mafia's defense, but they are going to be looking pretty strong here. They do have the upper hand. The pressure is on for YOM Fries, and Chewits Mafia can kind of sit back a little bit and conserve the resources for an overtime situation here as long as they play it right and don't go down.
Yeah, YOM Fries, the onus is really on them. They really have to push aggressively, and Chewits Mafia, they have all the time in the world, but they need to make sure they don't get careless. If they mess up this defense and they get the lead taken from them, they lose the set here, and we've established that both these teams really want to go up 4-0 in the Swiss stage, but YOM Fries, so far away from getting it down to 20, they're just not quite able to get any picks because Chewits Mafia is just staying so safe. They have a whale and a crab at the ready. If they're popped on that maker, a lot of pressure will come on them, but Chewits Mafia is being smart and being wise to be patient. The splash goes down on the side of YOM Fries, and a crab is popped, a whale is popped as well. Chewits Mafia is just trying to get this Rainmaker down without exposing themselves too much.
Patience isn't always a virtue when you're in an overtime situation, and it looks like they only have about 5 or so seconds before they are going to end up exploding. This is the true, awful, hard truth of an overtime scenario. You just can't wait around. You have to go, and unfortunately, YOM Fries never found the opportunity to go, meaning that Game 2 goes to Chewits Mafia there.
Beautiful Game 2 from Chewits Mafia, and yeah, YOM Fries just waited a little bit too long for their own good, and that Rainmaker ended up exploding, I think. I don't know if it got sniped, but I think it just exploded at the end, just because they took too long, and Chewits Mafia sitting down, staring YOM Fries in the face, and saying, we're taking you to Game 3, and that Game 3 is going to be on Clams Mako.
Clams Mako is a certified classic, certified Splatoon 2 classic. It's one of the best, we have a lot of good Clamlet stages in, sorry, my bird just flew. We have a lot of good Clamlet stages in this game, so we're seeing it be played a little bit less, but it's still a fantastic stage with a lot of great options.
Yeah, we have a lot of opinions on this mic here with myself, Weave, Gem, and of course Weave's lovely bird, but yeah, getting onto the certified classic that is Clams Mako, it's a very aggressive Clams map. We've talked a lot about stages like Eel Tail or stages like Museum on the stream, where it's quite a long journey to get to that basket, whereas conversely, Clams Mako, you can get from one basket to the other in about 7 seconds if the route is painted for you, which is just ridiculously fast, and at least with being a very dynamic mode where big pushes are really heavily rewarded and breakaway plays can actually work pretty solidly because the other team can just be stuck on the other side of the map, and the breakaway is right there. It's very quickly to get from one side to the other.
Yeah, it's a really, really short map, like you said. You're a stone's throw away from the enemy's clam basket at any given time, so that does affect the play. It's not like Museum where you have to really force yourself in, you can kind of just gain control in just a few seconds. And we're going to see how these teams take advantage of that as we go into Game 3. Chewits Mafia versus YOM Fries.
Yeah, neither team changed their confidence in the last game. They liked how they were playing, but Chewits Mafia was the team to come out on top, so YOM Fries is going to have to respond. This is a winner-take-all Game 3 series. Whoever wins this goes up 4-0 and puts themselves in a phenomenal spot to move on to Day 2 tomorrow in the upper bracket. And already a lot of pressure from YOM Fries being put on this left side. It's just the machine there that's being forced to run away, but the machine is able to get the pick on that splash. Both splashes go down to the side of YOM Fries. It's just this shot and the charger left for them, and Chewits Mafia is trying to get a good push started as the shot and the charger are forced to retreat.
Yeah, that was a big scrap fest in mid, and so many people went down there. You know, this hero shot is just going to try to get a pick with that Ingzuka, but unfortunately they don't, you know, proving the sheer volatility of that special versus what we saw last game. So we're just going to see how this goes here as YOM Fries is going to start to move back into mid, but the bow is still there. They still have quite a few players up. The bow goes down, but it's going to be not easy when Chewits Mafia has such a decent hold, but looks like they're starting to make it work.
And neither teams feel comfortable enough to score, but right now the clam economy is in the favor of Chewits Mafia. They have a ball made, they threw it back to that bow. That splash also has quite a few clams of their own, but they don't have the mid control. YOM Fries has this mid painted so yellow that it's hard for Chewits Mafia to move forward. This machine has the booyah though. These could be the specials that Chewits Mafia needs to make it to that basket. Nice pick on that hero shot, but that's not a trade they would want to take. It's 2 versus 3 in the favor of YOM Fries, and Chewits Mafia is probably not going to get this push all the way through.
Yeah, they did have the ability to control mid for a few seconds there, but unfortunately YOM Fries is just kind of collapsing in on them, making sure that mid is theirs once again, especially with that crab on their side, especially with the splatter scope that is going to be watching mid pretty strongly here, making sure that nobody is going to be able to move up that breakfast for quite a while. And they do have the vacuum at the ready. The clam economy is looking like it's in their favor with, you know, 2 super clams on the board. All they need left is control, and they have the makings for a very good push. And with 3 down on the side of Chewits, it's looking like this is their moment.
Yeah, Chewits Mafia only has that bow remaining, and that bow just jumped out, which is a big green sign for YOM Fries to just keep this push going. They sent 2 back to get some more clams. They got this point down to 30, which is just ridiculous for a first push. And YOM Fries are still alive, still getting clams. That hero shot has 3 clams, throwing them in the basket, gets it down to 21. That charger has clams now, trying to get those to the basket, and YOM Fries is just cycling in and out for who's going to bring clams to that basket, and Chewits Mafia is just really struggling to pin them down. This machine is trying to find some picks, but YOM Fries is in striking distance of this knockout. The charger has 3 clams that they can just throw it in. They will take this game, but they're not going to be able to do it before the basket closes, and YOM Fries not getting that knockout. Chewits Mafia defending a little bit longer as that brush goes for that sneaky flank.
Yeah, they're just trying to get as much mid control as they can off of the essential wipe that they got. But they were unfortunately unable to hold it with the brush going down. The brush was just annoying, but they were, you know, slapped like a mosquito. They were down. And now it's, once again, it's on them. They're in a really uncomfortable situation. It's not easy to get down to all the way to 9 points in a span of 2 minutes. That's something that you kind of have to work at the entire game, especially when they don't even have a push on the board yet. They're starting to get pretty desperate here, it's looking like.
Yeah, things are looking rough for Chewits Mafia. YOM Fries got it all the way down to 9 in 1 push, which is ridiculous. And Chewits Mafia has a tall task ahead of them because it's only their bow that has a clam. Their bow is the only one with a clam.
As well.
They do have a pity, but it's just the ball and the bow. YOM Fries has 2 balls of their own. They are being located, but they just have so much pressure being put onto Chewits Mafia that it's hard for them to even move. They're not able to get control of the stacks that they need to get these pushes going.
They are starting to move into mid. This bow is going to make sure that there's a lot of good chip damage going out for this crab to take advantage of. But they aren't quite in a position to push yet, and especially with so few clams on the board, this is going to be the super clam going in, but do they have the clams to support it? The answer looks like no, as 2 go down. The splash is trying to get clams. They do get 1 in, but that's not what they want. The splash is in a very uncomfortable situation and is not going to be able to get any more than just a few clams in, and with 50 seconds left on the board, it's not looking great for Chewits right now.
Yeah, things are looking rough for Chewits Mafia right now. YOM Fries just has so much control on the board. Chewits Mafia is just desperately trying to just hold on to however they can, but YOM Fries, they just have so much map control, so much turf control, and their aggression is just being so good. They have specials at the ready too. They have the Zuka and they have the Vac to just stuff out any aggression from Chewits Mafia. They get the pick on the splash, but the machine is down as well, and Chewits has just not been able to establish a good advantage. Right now they have the numbers though. If they can start to move forward and get some turf control on their side, they might be able to convert it into a push.
a great pick on Kiwi over there. They do have the makings of push right now. There are 2 down. They have the crab ready. They have a few clams on the board. Not quite enough to get the lead right away, but they are going to start getting it in right now. Already down to 64. Just going to keep resetting that clam timer and keep trying to maintain control, but it doesn't look like they have the strongest control yet. They do have specials going on, though. The BL is going to help. The whale that I'm sure is going to see popped out help, but that's 3 down. That is unfortunately a wipeout, which does mark the end of this game. Well, officially. Now
it marks
it's
the end of the game in the series. YOM Fries takes it over Chewits Mafia 2-1, and they are now undefeated 4-0 in their group. YOM Fries in a phenomenal spot to move on to day 2. Kudos to Chewits Mafia, but they just came up just short against YOM Fries at the end.
But it's absolutely not over. They did put up a very, very good fight, which does mean, you know, they could do well in their other games and still eke out their way into day 2. So we're just going to see how that goes there.